Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or whatever time it is for you right now. Today I'm going to be going over my July TBR to be read list, the books I plan on reading this fine month. So I'll start by saying the first book on this list I've already read. I just finished. The second book I'm already started, and then the rest I'm not sure what order exactly I'm going to read them in yet. Whatever the mood strikes me. So let's get started. The first book I read this month and that I have completed is Serena by Ron Rash. This was suggested to me by a friend. That's actually her copy. Super good. Don't want to talk about it too much because I plan on doing a full review, which I plan on doing today. So this will come up right after this. So that's the first book. Just finished that one. Second book on the list, and the next one I'm reading, and the one I'm reading currently, is Go Tell It on the Mountain by James Baldwin, his debut novel. And I actually wasn't introduced to James Baldwin till recently, the last semester or so, and it's kind of a shame. I had to read a short story of his, Sonny's Blues, which was beautiful and amazing. And then from there, I was inspired to buy a short story collection of his, Going to Meet the Man, which was also, he's just a brilliant writer, so I was really excited to buy. I asked one of my professors, and he said Go Tell It on the Mountain's his most famous work, and his most influential in general. But he's a really beautiful writer, so I'm excited to read that. It's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. Plan on doing a review for that as well. I plan on doing a review for pretty much every book I read from here on out. So anyway, that's one. The next book on the list is Hemingway's Boat by Paul Hendrickson. And the subtitle here is Everything He Loved in Life and Lost. I'm a huge Hemingway fan, and I haven't yet read a biography about the guy. I mean, I know a lot about the guy, and his work is semi-autobiographical. And this one's kind of interesting. I've seen this one. It says National Book Critics Circle Award finalist, so that's good. And it covers the years 1934 to 1961. So not necessarily his entire life, which I also like. Kind of from, it does skip over the years where he was in Paris, initially, like his early writer years. But Hemingway also has a sort of a memoir about that point in his life, so you might as well read that, and then this will cover the following years. So I'm really excited to read this. The next one is The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. I had never heard of Edith Wharton either until this semester, with the same professor who introduced me to James Baldwin, introduced me to her, and I've read The House of Mirth, which was really, really good, and actually really readable, even though it's a little older. And from what I understand, this is one of her more famous novels, and I think it won a Pulitzer Prize. I think. So I'm excited to read that. Her style is really readable and interesting, and I want to see if there's some sassy ladies like there are in The House of Mirth in this book. So there should be a review for that as well. Then we have The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien, which I know is super popular, is a contemporary classic. I've never read it, and I've read one other Tim O'Brien book for class, which I loved and was amazing, so I'm really excited to read The Things They Carried, because I know that that one's a really popular book, and it's kind of the book that everyone associates with Tim O'Brien. So I'm super excited to read that one as well. And then my final book for this month that I'm planning on reading is Giovannis Room by James Baldwin. And this is his second novel, and I'm really excited to read this. Super excited, just because James Baldwin is quickly becoming one of my favorite writers, and the subject matter of that book seems really interesting, especially for the time that it was written. So I'm really excited to jump into that and read it. I think I'm going to save that one for last. I kind of wanted to start with James Baldwin and end with James Baldwin. And if I finish that early, depends on how diligent I am in my reading. If I finish these before July ends, then the book that is on the list but wavering would be um, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Um, it's been sitting there. I haven't put it on any of my lists, but I think it's time to address it. And I've heard it's really good, so I'm excited. But if I don't make it through these by the end of July, that's going to be the first book to go. All right. As always, thanks for your time. Have good reading. Enjoy life.